why don't you just let it grow?
Right.
That's your natural state.
I mean, you
let
get
it go.
retwist, right? You get retwist for your hair, right? So it's
let
like
that shit go.
let it go. That's you.
But that's like I'm not saying not to get your hair done. I'm saying not to put a whole nother face on your face.
But it's not another face. This is my face. But
No,
what
about the
y'all see the 3-step face? They like this, turn to the. And they be 3 different women by the time they turn back around.
First of all,
when you get that lineup,
it's
your face is not chiseled.
No,
wear a hat.
Wait. You guys be getting that little
Y'all be balding and you put a hat on and you come to me on a date.
Ain't not one minute here balding.
That's not
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Let's talk about the men with the haircuts that come with the little powder, the black powder.
The
black powder to fill in the beard for the missing gaps.
And I agree with you, because that's not him.
Exactly.
That's not him.
Yeah.
And you gotta put something on your face that's not you. If I'm taking something off my face, this is still me.
Welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap-Up Crew. No booker, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. Ace, the number one choice. You ain't got to pick it. Eli got a boot on like a parking ticket. You know what I mean? Ace the go-to.
I do got the boot. Yeah, you was waiting for that all week, but I ain't gonna hold you, man. Last but not least, I know Jew gonna have some bars too.
Yeah, it's Jew. What it do? And I should rob this fool. He can't do nothing because he got on a boot. You know what I'm saying? True. You know what I'm saying? Wow, shout out to Wayne Head, man. Y'all seen the show before. You know what I'm saying? Go look it up. Google it.
Crazy, man.
Make the meme for us.
Anyway, man, we got some special guests. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at.
Hi, guys. I'm Jeannie from Too Many Opinions podcast.
I'm Kima. I'm an Instagram influencer.
I'm Sarah from Too Many Opinions podcast.
And I'm Nala. I'm a business major.
Okay.
Nice. Let's go.
All right. Yo, before we get into these topics, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and join the YouTube membership because we got a lot of exclusive content just for y'all. We got early episodes. We got exclusive episodes. We did like how many episodes? We did like 3, 4, something like that. Listen, man, we got a lot of just for the fans, man. So make sure y'all hit that membership button and support us as much as y'all can, man. We need all the help we get. And cop the merch, man. Dailyrapupcrew.co, man. Listen, let me get to this first topic. Before I get into this first topic, actually, right? I just want your opinion on something, right? Let's say you out with your man, right? And a group of guys come up to you and one guy slaps you on the ass. What do you expect your man to do in that situation?
If you don't beat his ass, I'm beating his ass.
It's a group of men, though.
I don't care.
So you expect him to beat up the group of men?
Yeah, or at least try and I'll help him.
Oh, okay.
He has to do something.
I would say, like, he would be like, yo, bro, let's have a one-on-one. You feel me? Because you don't have to fight the group of niggas, right?
So
I feel like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying, you think they gonna allow that, the one-on-one? Like, they came as a group.
If they want to jump, then I'm fighting too.
First of all, if they coming up to you slapping you, they not real men. Like,
off rip, and my man shouldn't even be talking. It should be off rip on site. If he sees that happening, boom, first one he drops, and the other guy's coming in. It's on site. All of us, we're all getting in there.
All of us.
So I'm sorry, that's not okay.
I might have to get risky. Swing on the first one.
The first one,
you know what I'm saying? I'll take my loss after I get jumped after. Yeah. It's still a win in my eyes.
Absolutely.
So if he get beat up, like, does he look a little different in your eyes? Like, you feel like he can't protect you or defend you or something like that?
Because at that point he's probably getting jumped. We are getting jumped.
Exactly.
Facts.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all saying that, but no man don't want his girl jumping in that shit though.
Yeah, but
of course not.
Of course, I would start the fight anyways if you come up to me and slap my ass. So we already gonna be fighting at that point.
You can start it and then back up to the side.
Yeah, just go to the side.
But then no real female is gonna stand there and watch unless she's a bitch. Right. You're gonna just stand there and watch a man get beat up and yell. Like, no, where you guys
call 911.
No, grab a rock.
Is that really what you expect your girl to do?
I know she's jumping in, but I would hope she don't get involved. You know
I wouldn't want her to get involved just because I wouldn't want to put her in any unnecessary danger because you don't know what men, a regular punch to us could be something that could injure a woman, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, I would prefer not to put her in that situation. It's like, let me handle it. You know what I mean? I'm going to do my best and get the situation.
I'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As long as they ain't doing nothing crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I just thought about that. I'm like, yo, what do y'all think? I just was thinking, like, what do y'all expect y'all man to do? Y'all expect him to be Superman in that situation? And just be like, you know what I mean?
So what you doing, Eli?
Now I'm gonna stall off. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I am a strategical person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
you might have to get up out of there.
Yeah, it depends. Like,
but that's why I hate situations like that, because strategically, you know, it's a L. You know what I mean? But it's like you got to do it.
You got to do it. Absolutely.
You can't tolerate
that.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But if it's just overly outrageous, like I just stacked against me. What's a better chance of me just getting beat up crazy or just being like, you know what, But the first person I got to stall off on, that's automatically.
Okay. So let's say,
hold on, we got to keep it real, because if it's 4 Debos, the cross-sided big boonie, we gonna have to take a walk. You gonna have to take that walk with me. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If it's 4 Debos, boonie goons, looking like they ready to die, because I'm not trying to die, and I don't want both of us to die. We gonna have to take this. I'm gonna keep it real. We gonna have to take this L. Like, damn, why you got your ass out in front of him? Like, let's go. Like,
what if her ass wasn't out though?
What if that girl keeps a hammer in her bag?
Oh, that's different. We in New York though.
Yeah, we in New York. Like, nobody's gonna have a hammer on her.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna tell her to run so she get a little head start. And then I'm snuffing him, and then I'm running, man.
Shit,
if it's 4 Debos,
you doing too much. You done grabbed your ass up.
Oh, no. You definitely did too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
I gotta get a hit in, bro.
Yeah, if there's no hit, I'm sorry. I'm definitely looking at my man different. It's gonna be in the back of the mind. That's why you got beat up and you didn't do nothing, and then what am I supposed to protect you? Like, no, that's crazy.
You wanna live? You wanna live?
But come on, you're not gonna do nothing. Your girl's dressed appropriate. It's not like ass is out.
No, I understand. It's an ultimate disrespect, and I want to defend you. But I'm telling you, if it's some crazy motherfuckers out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And if he look like one of them I mean.
Yeah.
That word.
If a man does that though with you and your girl, he's like blatantly disrespecting specifically you though.
All right.
Yeah,
but he's doing it to get you mad. Really,
it's a difference between 1 and 4, even 2 and 4.
But I will say, if I hit a nigga and he do like the Undertaker, like, and he. Like that.
I'm like, that was it. Like,
my fault, bro. Like,
show me ass.
I ain't gonna lie. It is so. It is so. I understand, man. You know what I mean, have a good night.
That's funny as hell, man. Listen, let me get to this actual first topic. Like, do you think women comply with the needs of men in relationships today?
What are the needs that you're talking about? Can you like clarify what it is?
This, I guess, needs as far as, you know, what makes a man happy as far as in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think men, from my experience, at least in my relationships, the relationship very much becomes one-sided, and some women, at least in my experience, think that the relationship is about them being happy most of the time. Like, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they don't really cater to a man's happiness or his needs because they feel like they are the ones that always has to be happy in that relationship. I think sometimes that's how men operate as well, because we're so busy trying to please our women that we do neglect our own needs and happiness as far as in a relationship. Like, you get what I'm saying? So,
but what's a man's needs though? That's the thing. Like, what's a need? Like, what's
respect, companionship, someone to listen that's gonna listen to me as well as I'm listening to them. You know,
because I feel like we also provide that and it still get played. Like,
but also you gotta. Every man is not the same. You gotta ask. You gotta ask your man what he needs.
Why did you get with me in the first place if I didn't provide those things in the first place?
Maybe he was providing them things in the beginning.
Yeah, maybe. We all know people provide, they always put their best foot forward. Like, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. And then once they... Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. But, you know, once they get that relationship, men and women, they do the same thing, right? But once they get that significant other in a relationship, then they start to, you know, not do the same things that they did before. And now it becomes, all right, well, you got to keep me happy. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, as far as the men, I think that's where they're coming from. And like, you know, even you asking that question is like, what are men's needs? It's like, men are human creatures, just like women. We have
but
needs.
I feel like
you
we
know
give it our all and then we get tired and then that's when it ends. That's how it is. That's how it is. What woman starts off a piece of shit woman? It's always where we do the most, You guys doing the bare minimum, and then we go to doing the bare minimum.
Y'all start off doing the
Sometimes
most?
I feel like women don't appreciate the small things that guys do. They overlook that. And then the guy starts depreciating because it's like, oh, I did this little small thing and you didn't recognize that. So now I'm going to act the fool.
I also feel like it has to do with like your partner's love language. If you're not able to know how your partner likes to be loved, then you're not going to be able to make them happy because you're not loving them the way that they like to be loved. Exactly. I could love you the way that I could love you. I like physical touch and words of affirmation, but if that doesn't do that for you and yours is like acts of service, me loving you as the best as I can isn't going to make you happy because I'm not giving you those acts of service that you feel loved.
But do you think that women take the time to learn their man's, love language?
I feel like men are scared to be vulnerable with their love languages, which is why, I feel like, has anybody even ever asked you that? Like any of your partners, like how do you like to be loved?
That's what I'm saying. I've never been asked that.
And women will tell me their love language, but they won't reciprocate. Oh, hey, babe, what's your love? They'll damn sure tell you all like words of affirmation and all these gifts and all this other stuff.
All five of them.
But why do we have to pry that out of you guys? Why not communicate it the way we communicate it?
But why not just reciprocate the question? Like,
if
you felt the need to tell me your love languages, why can't you just be like, hey, babe,
but you didn't
these are
ask
my
me.
love languages. What are your love languages? Like, you know what I mean?
Like you guys say, sometimes it's hard for us to share how our feelings are, right? So maybe you bringing that up to us, we don't know what the fuck that is at some point. You get what I'm saying? It's hard for men to express their emotions and shit like that because we're not used to it. He said he never been asked this shit. You get what I'm saying? So how the fuck would he know what it is? You know what I'm saying?
That's true, because I never thought to think, what's a guy's...
But I feel like y'all should take the time to know yourself. Most guys don't take the time to know themselves in order to be able to ask those questions.
And I feel like that has to do with social media because they see what, not their idols, but like rappers or ball players and what they have. So they're like, oh, what do they show? So it's like it sets almost like an idea like that's not real. And so they don't know how to be loved.
But again, we're going back to the question of, do women care about the needs of, men in a relationship?
I definitely.
If we're talking about love languages, as a woman, why would you not ask your partner if you really want to make him happy in that relationship? Why do you have to say, oh, why aren't you telling me your love language? Why aren't you asking those questions to get that out of him?
Because you guys are not asking, we're telling. So we probably expect the same thing for you guys to just tell us.
But if you say men are closed off, won't you be more open to asking him so he would feel comfortable telling you?
It's not my job. It's not my responsibility for you to tell me, open your mouth and tell me what it is that you want.
I think it's a partnership where you got to get the best and the worst out of your partner. You get what I'm saying? If you communicate like, oh, okay, you might be lacking in this department. Let me help enhance this part that I can clearly get out of you.
That's not our job.
That's your job.
You gotta come emotionally healed. Men like to get into relationships and be emotionally unintelligent. And we get into relationships and we're emotionally intelligent. So that's why we could come on rip and say, I know what I am. Y'all want us to tell you what you are, and that's not. No.
That's not what I'm saying.
They want us to ask, but it's like at the end, we're not your moms. You gotta just communicate. Open your mouth. Oh, by the way, babe,
this sounds one-sided as hell, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's how you like to be loved. By the way, I like to be loved X, Y, and Z.
So everything, so everything in the relationship that y'all require, y'all come with, is what you saying?
Nobody said that.
Right. So where y'all lack at, men is picking up y'all slack. So where we lack at, y'all should be doing the same. That's what is a give and take.
Yeah,
y'all looking at this, y'all.
It sounds very like for somebody to say, well, I shouldn't have to ask a man like what makes him happy, like what he likes.
You got to find out your partner.
But on our end, we have to do everything in our will to make sure the woman is happy. So we have to go out of way to ask the questions to make her happy.
When you come home and we see you in the mood, we take it upon ourselves to ask you what's wrong with you. We don't have to do that.
We do the same. We're not gonna see you in a bad mood and just be like, oh well.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't happen.
He didn't tell me.
And what do? They shut down. No, I'm good. And then it's like, I'm not gonna pry it out of you.
I do feel like
I ain't gonna lie, you sound selfish. I ain't gonna
lie. That sounds crazy to me. I couldn't be in a relationship with a woman that's saying it's not my job to care if you're happy or not. Like that to me.
You see how men like
they like to flip
like who said that?
Right.
Nah.
And
you said it's not my job. I would never tell my woman that.
Feel this way and still stay.
This is all for their experience. Not every woman is the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would never tell my woman yo, that's not my job to care about.
That's
like,
your mother's
that,
job.
I wouldn't even think of saying nothing
No,
like that,
we're
bro.
not.
Like,
It's
that's
our
your father's job.
We're
Like,
saying it's not our job to ask that because we're not asking you guys. We're telling you. So why not just tell us?
No. When you're talking to someone, you do ask questions. You do figure your partner out.
Absolutely.
All right. So why is it not your job to ask and find out more stuff about a partner?
Because if
so it's an open book. Like, okay, well, let me tell you this. Maybe I didn't get to that part. Maybe you are on that subject or whatever case may be. If you brought it up, it's nothing wrong with you asking me. I'm
not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm also saying it's not my responsibility for you to communicate how you love to be loved. Just tell me, bro. If we're having a conversation, hey, I like acts of service. Then be like, hey, I like yada yada yada. It's a conversation, but men tend not to conversate. It's all
converse.
Whatever. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like you just.
If you feel like I'm lacking like you said, if you feel like I'm lacking, communicate that. Like, babe, you're not picking up my love language. This is what I like. I like flowers, but I feel like men don't like to seem like a pussy.
Right.
So they're not gonna say, "Oh, I like flowers."
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not gonna say that. Right. So you want me to be like, "Babe, do you like flowers?" You're gonna be like,
"Yeah." I think I'm thinking too literal.
Yeah.
And I think what we're trying to communicate is that if you're in a relationship with a significant other, you should take every step to, whether it's directly or indirectly, figure out your partner. That way he could be as happy as, you are in a relationship. It shouldn't be like, well, he didn't open up to me, so that's not my responsibility. And that's what I kind of got from what that might not be what you meant, but that's how I got from when you said it. It's like, well, that's your mother's job to figure that out.
I just feel like it's hard because men it's hard for them to communicate. I've tried a million times.
But I think let me put it this way: if we were, sucking your dick wrong, you would automatically tell us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why do we have to pry it out of you in our emotional?
Wait, so every in your pussy roll, women say, "Oh, I can't tell my man that." So why do we have to pry that out?
I've never heard of that. Women kind of like guide men this way. That way.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
We have numerous women on this show.
Most women be faking it. Most women be faking it. If we're gonna be on that topic, most women be faking it. That's just what it is. I gotta keep it real. Most women be faking it.
Say it again. Say it. Wait.
Hurt your feelings. I'm gonna tell you, nigga, you're not doing this shit right.
Oh, nah. That's not what I did.
So look. Wolf brought up
men. Those are pleasers.
Wolf brought up a very good point. Hold on one second, y'all. DJ Envy is married in a marriage, right? And he's in 10 years he never satisfy his wife.
Yep, I saw that.
So you talk, and she's laying in the bed with that man every night. And this is before he was successful. Okay, so yes, he said it openly, like he wasn't satisfying his wife.
Yeah,
but wait, how did he know that though?
She told him. Eventually, she told him. Yeah, I saw that.
Like 7 kids later.
And if you watch 99 out of fucking 100 of our episodes, you're gonna see that women saying, "Oh, I don't know how to tell him. Why should I tell him? Oh, I like men that's more experienced." So at the same time, it's not a common thing.
Like I can't look out for other women because if he's not doing it right for you, you gonna let him go to the next female doing that?
You can't. You can't.
I don't care about the next woman.
I'm saying like you gonna let him continue with that if it's not good for you.
First of all,
you're a really good person.
Yeah, you're a very good person.
I don't give a shit.
I'm not making nobody better to send her off. Like
selfishness. Like you're not gonna come out and be like, "We're not doing this right."
I am selfish.
Somebody was taking this before me.
This is not teaching you. I'm like, yo, you passed the class now. Go show somebody else.
Each one teach one.
I'm not doing that. When we go back to the compliant thing, I do think that's why women either date down or up. I think it's hard for women to date men that's on their actual level because when men have standards, they don't want to comply and they feel like they have to put up and do a little bit more than what you have to do with a dude that you already got a level up on or a dude that's already successful where you don't have to do much to please them.
Can I ask something? Do you guys all know your love languages?
Yeah. We talked about that last episode.
Okay.
How long did it take you guys to realize and communicate that with your partners? Like how long did it?
In my relationship, I realized it, and she's more like like to give gifts and stuff like that. But I had to inform her that wasn't for me. You get what I'm saying? So in a relationship, she just thought like some partners would just assume that would make this person happy. But once you realize this is not what makes me happy, and then I think that's when I learned it.
Yeah, I think the same way. Like I didn't even know about this whole love language until she told me her love language is And then in return, she said, well, these are the love languages. Which one do you think would benefit, like, are yours? And that's when I was like, I think these, two at the time was what suited me. And I think, it came down to communication, just because just like when we talk about sex, it's easy to assume that, a guy's going to be good in bed, or you just expect him to be good in bed. But every woman is different, just like every guy is different. Yep. So the head that you was giving your last dude might have been elite to him, but to the next dude, it might be like, this shit dirt. And there's no way for him to really know until like you communicate that to him, or he communicate that to you. Like, yo, your shit's kind of dirt. Like, it could be better, or whatever the case. I mean, not saying like that, like not saying like that, because that's not going to want to make you get better, or whatever the case. But I think it's about communication, and I just don't want to be in a relationship where it's like, oh, well, I shouldn't have to, like, you know what I mean? That to me sounds kind of crazy.
I'm not going to lie. I have to admit it, I've never thought to ask my boyfriend, what's his love language? I'm going to do that when I get home.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
Because I never thought, I just thought that guys didn't give a shit about shit like that, to be honest with you.
And I feel like
about being happy?
Not about, because he seems happy, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know.
But that's all assumptions.
Because, I mean, you can tell when someone's unhappy. I mean, I don't know.
No, you can't. No, you
can't.
But that's what I'm saying. Men need to learn how to communicate.
I think it's because of how they're raised. Men are conditioned to be, like, have no feelings, show no feelings. Like, if you're loved too much, then you're soft or you're a simp. And if you're too affectionate, then, you know what I mean? Like, it's all this.
We should look at each other, because are men being raised by us?
Right, and but that's what was coming from the older generation.
I always say this. We said this on a previous show. Like, the person that told me not to cry as a young boy growing up was my mother. Well, at the time it was my aunt, but my mother at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was the one like, yo, a boy don't cry, men don't cry. Like, so this is a woman telling me not to cry. It wasn't like men are telling me this. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I think, and before, I've been in relationships where women, I did express myself, or I was vulnerable, and then it might not came up right then, but we get into an argument, and it's, oh, that's why your mama never like you said, that's why your mama like so men. I think men have been in experiences with when we have been vulnerable, and that has been used against us. You get what I'm saying? So we're like, you know what? I'd rather not open up, and be vulnerable, because you might use this when we get into an argument, or you don't like something I did. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that happens with all women, but some women will take that.
We had that conversation on our podcast where we said, like, we don't want our men crying I feel like you could be like that. Like, if you're going through an issue, whatever, you could speak it out. But if you're going to cry for every problem we have, that's to me, that's not a man. I can't feel like I'm with a female. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't be with, like, a too emotional kind of guy.
It's that middle ground, man. It's that middle ground.
It has to be. I mean, it's true, though. You can't be crying every single day. You face a problem, and you're over here calling me, babe, I can't.
Ain't nobody wants somebody that's going to, I don't want a woman that's going to be crying all day either.
Exactly.
But they got women that do that. And men that put up with it.
But then picture how emotionally draining that is.
I mean, women are also raised to hear happy wife, happy life. We hear that all the time. You don't hear about happy husband.
But we're more emotional than men.
Happy house, happy spouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
We speak on over here.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is a great point you just made about, like, you know what I mean? And that's something that has been happy house, happy happy wife, happy life has been. It seems to men, it seems like, well, I could be miserable, but as long as my wife is happy, then I could tolerate everything else. And we don't prioritize a man's happiness because we feel like we have to always make.
Well, I'm happy. That means he's happy.
Yeah, but that's not.
And that's a selfish way of thinking.
So I'm very, like, if my boyfriend's not happy, like, and I'm happy, I'm not happy. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, it does not feel good to know that they're miserable and you're happy. Like, I'm not happy off it. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah.
Right. So let me.
I was about to say, I think a lot of mistake that people make is loving their partner in the ways they want to be loved. So that's why I think it's important to find out. You know what I mean? Ask that question and see what are you doing right or wrong. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I agree.
Most definitely, 100%.
That's definitely a way to find out your love languages.
And sometimes that's not even compatible. Like, if you can't give that person, then you need to recognize that and be like, all right, this isn't going to work for us. I can't love you the way you want to be loved, even though I love you so much. But it's like there's two options. You either accept that behavior for how they can love you, and then either you're going to be happy or you're not, or you have to separate yourself from that relationship and move on, knowing that you love this person, but they just couldn't love you the way that you needed.
There's not going to be any successful relationship without any compromises.
Right.
And you, as much as compatible you think you are with somebody, there's going to be something that you're going to have to bend and switch over to make that each other feel comfortable with something.
Agreed.
Agree.
Listen, let me get to this next topic. How can a man bring out the best in a woman? I want to ask the ladies that. What do y'all think?
Support. That's my number one. Support and communication.
What kind of support? There's different levels of support. So which support are you talking about?
I'm talking about emotional support. Like, if your partner has a business or is studying or is in school, whatever, like supporting them. How was class? How was it? Do you need help? what can I do to help you through this period? Do you need guidance? If they come up with a problem, it's like, do you want help solving the problem or do you just want to be heard? You know what I mean? That's how I would feel happy.
Same.
Okay. Same thing?
No, you could go. I was gonna say, when you have a good attitude, when you get into a relationship and you have a good attitude, that makes the other person want to have a good attitude as well. Like you say, if you live together, you come into the house, so you're like, hey, how you doing? And then you get into like, how was your day? Like that great attitude of like uplifting the energy. I feel like that's,
Okay.
I would say like, let her feel free. You know what I mean? Don't put her down. Like, that's the support. You know what I mean? So I agree with her.
What kind of free? Like
not free. Like, oh, I'm gonna pop my pussy.
All right.
That you know.
I'm saying like, let her express herself like the way she wants to express herself. Not in the like the wrong way, like she's cursing you out and shit like that. But I'm saying like, let her like be herself. Don't tell her you can't dress like that. You can't be that type of person. You know what I mean? Because I just want her to feel free.
Like, I feel like a perfect example for that is women who wear makeup. There's a lot of men who will come on here and be like, oh, I don't like girls or women who wear too much makeup. That's too much. That's too much. Instead of being supportive, like, is that what makes you happy? Yes. Okay. You look beautiful. It takes 5 seconds. Like, damn, your makeup came out fire today. Did you try something new? Boom.
Or women that just had a baby too. Like, their men, like, no support. Like instead of saying, damn, like, because I've seen it. I've witnessed people like, bitch, you got fat. Or I'm turned off already. Like, yo, encourage your baby. Let's go to the gym. Or like, it's not even what you say, it's how you say things. Like, communication to me is important.
So, all right. About this makeup thing, you know what I mean? So, because I went through this a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me get my mic ready.
Is there a compromise there? Like, you know your man likes you in the natural. He tells you how beautiful you are naturally. You know what I mean?
Are you guys being honest about that? Or you guys want us to low-key look ugly so other guys don't look at us?
Right.
What?
Right.
No,
that's how women
what do you
think.
mean?
That's how
women think, bro.
Some men hate their partners enough to do that. Like,
absolutely.
Like they don't want you to get fly. And then that's when
because they don't want that other male attention.
Because they eat their woman's mind so much. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not like that, right?
You guys will be surprised.
I really thought my shorty at the time was gorgeous. You know what I mean? The makeup was not doing nothing for her. She was gorgeous the way she was. And I kept telling her that, but she like wearing makeup. We won't be going nowhere. We be going to the fucking park or the corner store and she got a... I'm like, bro.
Did you know that you look better without makeup? Something within yourself that you have to fix. Because we go into the corner store, you can't just put on a hat, some sneakers, and go to the
that's true.
That's something within her that she has to deal with. That's like maybe a little insecurity.
She needs some therapy?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she just likes, I feel like she might just like makeup. Some people just like to get dressed up. If you look good, you feel good. She could look at herself and be
she
like,
okay.
Like you. I'm sorry, she looked like me.
I said she gonna like you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's true.
You gotta go to the corner store with some makeup on.
You never know the opportunities. You
oh, Lord. You see how y'all be bending this shit?
What kind of opportunities?
Modeling, you never know.
Someone can...
Photography?
Modeling?
Yeah.
Anything.
Modeling, last time I checked, they looking at cheekbones. They ain't looking at how your makeup look like.
I mean, yeah, but no.
Sometimes though, makeup makes you confident. And so you go out in these streets just more confidently than you would if you look barefaced.
But if the man you love is giving you that confidence when you're barefaced, then why you need that?
Because we look like ass like that. Like we literally I can't walk around and go to like a party with no makeup on.
Wait, so can I ask you a question before we go? So what if you were wearing some like lugs, you feel me? Some crazy ass clothes, right? And your girl was like, and that's what you liked, right? Like you felt fire in that. Your girl's like, damn, bro, like them sneakers is not it, right? Like it's kind of like the same thing. Like
I think men are willing to compromise.
But
yo, baby, what should I
rock? But you're looking crazy, you know what I mean? But you're happy wearing that. Like, damn, these are my favorite pair of shoes.
What you're not getting, men are comfortable with compromising with their woman, making them feel like they thought matters.
And I think in my experience, if anybody wants their man to go outside looking like a bum, it's women. Because women, like, my shit be looking crazy. My shit be looking crazy. Yo, babe, I'm about to go get my hair cut. Nah, you look good the way you are. I literally look homeless. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And the number one trick y'all always do is get y'all man fat. I'm an example of that. I had the bod. You know what I'm saying? Nah, she kept me in the crib. Oh, eat, babe, eat.
First of all, I'm in there, so you need to be in there
Exactly.
I definitely did that.
That's because you show love by cooking, right? Like you. We got
eat. We gonna go to the
gym as well.
We gonna go to the gym.
But I think you can compromise, let's say, with the makeup. Like, maybe a little bit more natural makeup. You definitely can compromise.
But isn't that a form of support? He's supporting you in your natural state, right?
But no, he's supporting his vision. His vision of what she wants, not my vision. If my vision is to look like this and put makeup on, I want you to be like, damn, baby, that eyeliner is crisp.
But you understand that's not you.
What do you mean this isn't me? This is
That's
me.
not you.
How is this not me?
There's natural, there's enhanced. That's natural is you. That's not you.
That's a filter.
No, this is me.
What about a haircut? A haircut's not you?
No, that's his natural hair. That's makeup is a filter.
What you mean? If he gets a haircut
It
and
is a
lineup,
filter.
that's not really.
Yes, that is me.
My hair is not me.
That's the same thing, though. It's
That's the same
You're getting it cleaned up. Why don't you just let it grow? That's your natural state.
I mean, you get retwist, right? You get retwist for your hair, right? So it's
let
like,
that shit go.
let it go. That's you.
But that's like y'all not. I'm not saying not to get your hair done. I'm saying not to put a whole nother face on your face.
But it's not another face. This is my face. But
No, you be.
What about the
Yo,
guy
you know y'all see the 3-step face? They like this, turn to the. And they be 3 different women by the time they turn back around.
First of all,
when you get that lineup,
It's a shit. This is my.
your face is not chiseled.
No,
because
this
wear
is-
a hat.
This
Wait. You guys be getting that little
Y'all be balding and you put a hat on and you come to me on a date.
Ain't not one minute here balding.
That's not
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
talking about
Not
men.
one
Let's
dude
talk
here
about the
balding.
men with the haircuts that come with the little powder, the black
The
powder.
Beijing.
The black powder to fill in the beard for the missing gaps.
and I agree with you because that's not him.
Exactly.
That's not him.
Yeah.
And you gotta put something on your face that's not you.
The little
If I'm taking something off my face, this is still me. What are you talking about, bro?
That's a fact.
It don't
Matter of fact, I'm helping you see me more by removing the hair, bro. What are you talking about?
It's enhanced.
And if y'all talking about let it grow, some of y'all ladies be out having the hair on y'all chinny chin too. So
Got the little
let's not go there.
Got the little mustache, they got wax.
Y'all be plucking and ducking. So let's
keep
not
it
go
real.
there.
And then we talk about haircuts.
We can talk about wigs that we let y'all wear.
We ain't talking about those.
Wait.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that.
Because we don't say nothing about it. But then we talk about the makeup. And I'm not saying that you can't, when we going out somewhere nice, you want to put on makeup, sure, babe. You know what I mean? You doing it.
Yeah.
But when we just chilling or we just going somewhere calm, you don't got to do all that.
I mean, a little bit. I feel like a little bit is okay, but not a full B. If you're just staying in the house or going to the corner store, a little bit, mascara, a little blush, whatever.
Does it really bother you?
Oh, yeah.
Does it really bother you?
Not in the house. If you're going to the corner
I
store, whatever you want to do.
I love my woman natural.
Yeah,
I didn't think that really bothered men. Really bothered
It does
men.
Because it's like, what am I not doing that's giving you the confidence to just be yourself?
It's not you though.
You're
It's me.
Exactly. It's something we don't have to do with
So who y'all doing it for?
Me.
Sometimes you like to.
So in that wait, time out. So if you're doing it for yourself,
I don't do it
in
for
the
myself.
house, you're a regular. That's when you're by yourself. That means you're doing it for
It's a
yourself.
fact.
But
I
you're
don't do
going
it for myself.
outside. That means you're doing it for other people.
No, I'm doing it for
No.
me.
I don't do it for me.
Okay,
Great
for
point,
you.
Keith.
I don't do it for me.
A lot of cap going on. Like that's why they got the caps on right now. There's a lot of caps going on. Like, it was,
I definitely don't do it for me.
Really? You do it? So who do you do
I
it for?
do it so that people can look at me.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're the first woman to ever keep it honest. Like, and we know that's how women think.
I'm not saying that's
You don't
for
do
me.
your makeup?
I don't do my makeup
Me
every
too.
day. I go outside without makeup.
I
Oh, yeah, I go outside too, of course.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I go outside raggedy.
Whatever.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck.
When you do your makeup, do you take a selfie?
No,
Hell
not
yeah.
all the time.
And do you post that? Do you post that selfie?
No, not all the time.
Not all the time.
You post selfies without makeup.
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't no way. Check their IGs right now. Ain't no bare face picture on your IG. I promise you.
There is actually.
With no filters? With no filters? With no filters?
With no filters. Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and lie. The filters definitely be on.
I'm proud of my
The
skincare
filters be
routine.
on, but the makeup be
With the makeup
off.
on.
No, the makeup
with
be
the
on, but the
makeup on,
filter be
my
on.
filters.
The filters be off.
I'm proud of my skincare routine, so I
Let's
will
go,
show my
though.
face
Let's go,
without
let's
makeup.
Right.
Because
I
that shows I
definitely
take care
don't
of
do it for
myself.
me.
But I just be tired, so the dark circles.
Because if
be
I was
popping.
doing it for me, I would not come here with makeup on.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't want to look crazy for the public, so I put it on.
If you was
But
doing
if
it
it
for
was for me,
yourself,
I'd be here with sweats, a bun.
if you was doing it for yourself,
Enough.
you want to be in the crib chilling with no makeup on. That's all I'm saying.
I'll be in the
Mm.
gym
If you're doing
with
it for
the makeup
yourself.
on. When I feel like it is what I feel like.
That's what you like. You know what I
To
mean?
get back to the topic too, I think what you can do to make your woman to feel what?
To bring out the best in your woman.
To bring the best out of your woman. I think you should flower her with compliments, right? Mm-hmm. But I think a part that we're not saying is we need to hold our woman accountable. And while, supporting her, we gotta let her know, what's wrong and what's right. I think when we just be a yes man, like, oh yes, you looking fire in that makeup, but you out here looking like Mimi from Drew Carey.
Oh yeah,
it's a problem. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the same time, we gotta hold you guys accountable and let y'all know, yo, this is the right direction, and this might not be it, because you're gonna hear yes from your homegirls all the time, most of the time.
Of course, but I feel when it comes
homegirls,
but when it comes
to I was just gonna say that because my friends,
women lie to each other both face lie to each other all the time.
That's fake friends that don't want you to see you elevate. If
that's
you're
a fact.
lying to somebody, you want to see them stuck.
My friend just told me, should I wear these socks? I'm like, sis,
please
take those socks.
He was like,
so what happened to the support y'all was talking about? Like, oh yes, bitch.
No.
Oh God.
And so, like, back to your point is, I feel like men should hold their woman accountable, but I need my medicine with honey. So if you're gonna tell me something, I don't need you to be here raw with me. I need you to come gentle and with love.
I agree about
I need that honey. I don't want to.
I think men need to approach their woman with patience and grace, but and lay it on them gently. I think once you can't hear it, then I might have to, yo, you bugging. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know a little bit.
I think that's a little bit tough too, because it's hard to say you got to give me the truth, but with honey, like, you know what I mean? It's like, we are adults at the end of the day. I'm not saying you got to be a dick about it. Like, I'm like, yo, this, that, and third. But if we got to sit there and baby you every single time,
it's not what you say. It's how you say it. Right? It's not baby. Because I'm gonna turn up. Right, of course. If you tell me I look like Bozo the Clown, instead of being like, damn, babe, you did a little much. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna take the Bozo the Clown and I'm gonna be heated. You feel me?
Eli don't get this, man. Eli.
I'm a very blunt person, and like I said, I just don't believe in. Because we pander to women. We already in society pander to women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody panders to women. Like, so, like, as your significant other, why am I saying that, babe, you know what? You don't, like...
It's okay to be blunt if you, like, can accept the heat that I'm going to give you back. If you're going to be blunt with me, I'm going to be blunt with you. If you can accept that, then we're good.
So I can't just be like, yo, baby, that don't look right on you right now without you getting defensive and trying to blow.
The way you just said that just got me hot. Like, no, you can't just.
Oh, it didn't get me hot. I thought it was. I thought it was fair.
What?
I thought it was fair.
No.
And this is why men don't communicate. We're like, damn, no matter how we say it, it's gonna come off.
So, babe, that don't look right on you. That's harsh.
No, you gotta say it to me in a cooler way.
So you do need the honey. So you do need the honey,
but it's just.
How long you been in a relationship?
About to be 9 years.
Jeez, shout out to your man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shout out to him.
He give you the medicine
honey,
with the honey, right?
He got the gallon in the cupboard.
Yeah. Ain't even no medicine in this. It's honey.
He doesn't really fuck with shit like that.
Listen, let me get to this next topic. Until Wolf come back, there's another topic I want to get to. But why do y'all think that men prefer like other races of women?
We just had this topic on our podcast.
That's one of y'all topics.
Yeah, we need to hear that from you guys.
Wait, what? Black men prefer
There's men in general.
Do they prefer?
Well, see, with us it was, why is it that black men prefer either white girls or Spanish girls? That was the topic that we...
You think we prefer?
I think that's incorrect.
I think so.
I think
the way that I see
like
it...
what they like how women like what they like.
I prefer her.
No, niggas gonna get I feel like guys really don't care.
So Spanish men don't do that?
I feel like Spanish men either tend to go with a white girl or a Spanish girl.
No.
All right, we're right. That's what we see.
So Spanish, when I say they love black girls, they do.
Yeah, they do,
and that's a fact.
Spanish men.
I don't see that. Do you guys see that in Providence? Because we don't.
Well, that's not standard from where we're from.
No,
I think they're ashamed to show it at the same time.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
I think it's some shaming and part of it. I don't see them publicly doing it, but I do feel like they are very attracted to black women.
Who?
I feel like they should
Spanish
be. Black
guys?
women are absolutely
me too,
beautiful.
me
They're
too.
goddesses.
I believe the same thing.
You're welcome. I mean that.
Mm-hmm. So and black men too. We ain't gonna just big up Spanish men like they just know. Black men love black women too.
So
like, you know
why is
it
that we see that we hear about that a thing black men don't want to date black
because
women.
It's easier for the media to paint black men as
the
this
bad guy.
the bad guy.
Men marry
we get
black
pointed. They say who's stealing out here? Black men. Who's fucking out here? Black men. Who's cheating out here? Black men. It's just everything.
Black men marry black women at an 87% rate, but y'all want to focus so much on the other percent.
I never knew that.
because y'all probably see one celebrity and y'all see him with a white girl or a Spanish girl, and y'all try to paint that as all black. Most black men in America marry black women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
beautiful.
Wait. So why are most black women single then?
That's a different conversation.
See,
like, you know what I'm saying?
That goes back to our first topic about complying to a man's needs.
Well, there's more women than men on the earth, period. I mean, so there's more black women than black men. So, I mean, if you do the math, every black woman can't be in a relationship with a black man. You know what I mean?
So my thing is that I feel like we hear a lot that there's a standard that and I'm obviously not black, I'm Portuguese, but you hear it that black men are almost harder on black women in relationships. It seems like they treat them, I don't know, like difficultly, like more like, I don't know.
I think that's false. Yeah. I think men in general require the same thing from no matter what woman they date. You know what I mean? They want femininity, they want peace, they want love.
So
they want
social media just be lying.
No, you know what it is? Unfortunately, in our community specifically, black men don't get to control their own narratives. And a lot of times what y'all will hear is black women speaking so negatively about black men and their experiences, which may not even be true.
But even in movies, you see it. Like,
yeah, but again, that's not black men controlling their own narratives. We're letting other people control our narratives. That's not necessarily true.
That's honestly shocking to me. I really thought that like black men really dated either Spanish or white. I really thought that. I've never really seen like.
Maybe in Rhode Island.
As a black man, I never even dated a Hispanic or I never dated outside my race.
That's fire.
I think just in general, men look for the same qualities. Yeah,
I love chocolate women.
Men look for the same qualities in women, right? And it starts with feminine, fit, and friendly, right? If you have those core features as a woman, then you could attract any man of any ethnic group. But when you start to take away as a woman, when you start to not have those traits, those don't seem as desirable anymore. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry, can you say them again? You said feminine,
fit, and friendly, right?
Okay. So the fit one is the one that really stuck out to me. What kind of fit? Because I feel like I see you look at my 300-pound life, and these big women are on there with husbands who cater to them.
That's not the majority. That's not the majority. Again, we see one example and we think, okay, it's possible.
On
that
TV.
Must, like, you know what I mean? I'm just talking about men of all ethnic groups value women that's in shape. You get what I'm saying? There's no what's considered shape. 300 pounds. Come on, we gotta be realistic. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you see that, and they're happy. Where you see more fit women where they're single. So why is that?
But then they might not have the femininity, or they might not be friendly. Like I said, once you have those great qualities,
well, that femininity thing is tough though. We're not, because it's when I feel like the men they're gonna get outraged. I feel like we're not allowed to be too feminine anymore.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm Dominican.
Dominican, okay. All right.
Because we're picking up slack for men, so it's like I gotta be half guy and half girl.
What slack are you picking up from your man?
For example, because we got.
Who do you mostly date? A Dominican man or black men?
Black, but I'm with a Dominican right now.
Okay, all right, continue.
This the 9 year guy?
It's
This the 9 years guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I just feel
what's
like
you picking up for him?
Okay, so this is how it is. Like, we get videos where like it's just thousands of comments of men saying like, "Oh, well, we're not gonna do this and we're not gonna do that," but it's like women are going to work every day, paying half of the bills every day, and then we gotta come back home and also do everything around the house. And so then that's when I get mad.
I don't think
people stay.
No, I understand that, but in a lot of the situations, that's what women put up with. They also got to pay half of the bills and come home, take care of kids, wash clothes, do it. You know what I'm saying? Do everything, and that's the reality of things.
That's not the reality.
It is. You know how much women comment saying that's what they do?
No. And you know how many men like me who I watch my kids, I do my kids' homework, I cook more than my woman, I pay more
you guys
bills.
Are unicorns.
No, it's not unicorns. They're out there.
Again, we're letting women.
It's the woman that brings that out of the guy.
I'm not taking responsibility for that. Absolutely not.
If he was demanding that, he would do it.
He would do it. Because women stay in relationships that make them unhappy. So guys are like, I'm going to do whatever. Start leaving.
So I have to tell you to clean.
No, tell you to clean. Start leaving relationships. Right. People are staying in stuff and being miserable when they can just leave because they want to be comforted by another person. You need comfort within yourself.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like if you don't tell a man, you're gonna go.
You're not gonna put up with a lot of stuff.
Let them not do it, and you get the fuck
on.
That's not my life.
If you already paying half,
trust me, that's not my life. But I'm just saying, a lot of women comment saying the same thing. It's not just, I mean, there's a lot of different situations with different women. A lot of them can't just go up and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that easy. Some women have kids. Some women, it's just a lot of situations that you can't just say, up and go. You know what I'm saying?
Excuses.
But
that is excuses.
But
it's not excuses.
Before you had the kids and you put up with that,
a woman
not
that
always.
has
deeper hole.
Sometimes men change after kids.
But
a
woman that has kids, right, and she's working multiple jobs and she's doing this, she's paying all the bills for her household and she has kids.
Mm-hmm.
She never uses, well, I'm working, I can't be a mother, I can't be a nurturing, like she never would use that as an excuse. So I don't know why all of a sudden now, because you work and because women have fought for equality and now y'all work in the household, now we can't be feminine. Y'all don't have these excuses when y'all parents, when y'all single mothers, y'all still go home and be very much nurturing and a mother to y'all children.
You gotta still cook, you still gotta clean.
All right, but those are children. We're talking about a
partner.
A partner.
You're capable of doing it.
I'm capable of doing it, but it's a partner.
That's what I'm saying. It's just being an adult. Just like your job. I always say this. Women always talk about they can't be feminine or they can't be this, that, and the third. But when y'all go to your employers, right? Y'all know exactly how to turn on that switch. Y'all don't never give y'all employer no attitude. Y'all don't give them your ass to kiss, no nothing. But if y'all feel the need to turn that switch off with your man and be able like, well,
you got to put up with this shit.
You got to put up with this shit. But when I don't go to work, I know not to talk to my employer like that. I'm very much of my femininity when I talk to my employer. There's no masculinity. There ain't no masculinity coming out.
I don't think it's femininity in the job. I think it's just a workplace.
You're not aggressive. You're not aggressive and assertive with your boss.
Like, for sure.
I sure the hell.
I'm sorry. I'm also very direct. I'm very direct. I'm very professional, but I'm very direct. There's no reason for me to be disrespectful or turn up to my employer, but I'm going to convey the message that I need to say in a professional way that is going to make them take a step back. Like, oh, I can't speak to her like this, or oh, I know to pull Sarah aside and have a conversation with her. I'm not going to have a conversation with her like this in front of all these people. That's unacceptable behavior, and that would happen if I was at work or with my man. Like, if we're together, right, and you try to check me in front of all these people, we're gonna have a conversation right there about whoa, this isn't the time or the place to have this conversation. We should be speaking privately, you know?
Do you think there's gender roles though? Like, women should be at home cooking, cleaning, blah, 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 and the guy should be bringing in the money?
I don't necessarily subscribe to gender roles, especially in the era that we are in now. Like, we have to adapt. Like, relationships is not in the 60s and 40s. Like, we have to adapt, you know what I mean? So I think men should be able to cook as well, you know what I mean? Take care of the children. I think it should be more of a partnership. You get what I'm saying?
That's what we're saying.
So wait, you believe in going 50-50?
Not it doesn't necessarily have to be strictly finances, you know what I mean? But
I mean with everything.
No, it should be I actually believe in 100 and 100. You know what I'm saying? But it's a partnership. That's what a marriage is, a partnership, right? You wouldn't go into no opportunities with no business boy and not go half with them, or let them do most of the work, or you do most of the work. Like,
y'all getting paid the same shit.
If you're the only one that has the jobs, what do you believe that your wife should do then?
Then that's different. If I'm the only one work, obviously there's a compromise. Like, but most women are working. Then most people can't afford their wives to be really at home anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all ethnic groups of men. We looked at the average what men make in America as an average is not enough to support a woman and kids just for her staying at home. So she might have to work. I'm not saying she got to do 80 hours or whatever the case is, but she might have to bring in some income to support our family. Like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
But this is what I talk about picking up the slack. You know what I mean? If you working and contributing to the bills, I should be able to come home and help with the kids. You know what I mean? Cook dinner sometimes. You know what I mean? It should be a compromise in all facets.
Well, you guys will literally be surprised at
I'm not surprised.
Thousands of the comments that we get. Like, you guys should be cooking, cleaning. Or if a guy said, yeah, but you guys have desk jobs. It's not the same.
But but my thing is like, who told you to go get that physical job? Why don't you use your brain the same way? Why is it that it has to become an extra burden to me because you chose to do a physical job? That's not my fault.
I mean, in society, men really have to do these physical jobs.
They don't.
You know what I
mean?
Because women are not volunteering to do these physical jobs. You know what I mean?
That's still not my problem. I'm still paying half these bills and I'm still tired. You still get tired working an office job. Maybe not as tired as you, but you're still tired.
No, you're drained. I'm not saying you are drained. You are tired mentally.
And then for us to come home and do everything?
But like I said, he should see that and pick up the slack where you liking it. You know what I mean? That's what a relationship should be.
Yeah, I think both men and women, because even in our comments, we'll have women that be like, well, I shouldn't have to pay no bill. I'm working. My money is, we always hear from women, a man's money is her money, but my money is my money.
No, I don't believe that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, I am working and you're working, but I expect you to pay all the bills. Well, I could spend my money on Fashion Nova and Shein and all these other shit for myself. You get what I'm saying? And that to me is a very selfish woman if she's doing that.
That absolutely leaves a sour taste in my mouth. How can you look at your man struggle knowing that he's paying the bills and then you're working equally, getting money, and you're just watching him basically contribute all this and not bring nothing to the table? And for me,
it feels good for me to pay half my bills.
Yeah, like we got this together. This is us. I'm not gonna sit here and look at you like, do a good job, sweetheart. I'm gonna go run it up. I'll be back. Keep working though.
I hear a lot of women say they happy to pay bills only because they want to have leverage in a relationship. They don't want to feel like the man could just kick them out or whatever the case may be.
That's half of it.
Yeah, but that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. I think that mentality is wrong.
It is wrong, but like situations make you like that. Like I don't want to be like that, but my past.
Then I think that's a poor partner for you. You get what I'm saying? Because when men are providing for their families, they're investing everything. It's not like, oh well.
Come on, guys, but we gotta be serious. We're human beings. What if a guy all of a sudden turns up and decides to kick you out?
Why would he do that?
You don't know, but I don't know.
There could be a new coworker.
There could be something you never know.
I'm saying y'all thinking about this wrong shit. If you spend as much time on figuring out how to make your man happy, or rather than thinking about what he could do if he wouldn't do it, or these crazy ass hypothetical. Exactly.
But the thing is that you act like we know we're gonna get with this guy specifically. They become Prince Charming and out of nowhere flips like.
Yeah, but
you gotta know how narcissists move. They have traits that they do.
Not always, bro.
But it's not even about being a narcissist because women they ran that word into the ground. But I'm just saying, men have that same. We have that same fear too. We can bust our ass providing for a woman, buy her the new,
let alone get married to her,
buy her the new red bottoms, and she could walk right out your life with those. Like, you get what I'm saying? So we can't just sit here and act like it's just one side. Both men and women do the same thing.
Absolutely, but I'm telling you because it's like my friend, for example. Let's just say that this man, I witnessed it with my eyes. Best dad, like I'm talking about provider. He would do like he was just the best. From one day to another, switched. Completely had a new family, a whole kid, and then it's like you get scarred with things like that. You don't know.
Once again, you're looking from the outside. You don't know what she's doing to make him feel unhappy, and that's when it comes to look. That's very insensitive for you to be like, oh well, he been paying the motherfucking bills, good father, and now because he's motherfucking tired of the shit, he's the dirt bag.
Let me ask you a question. You really think he just woke up?
One day,
all of us. You really think that happened? Come on, bro.
You got to look at both sides.
He was contemplating for a while. I'm telling you, especially for a man to leave a woman. Men don't really leave women like that, bro.
It's very hard.
I could understand and I could admit if to say like, oh, my friend's problematic. She would fight all the time. She would go out club and she would do this and she would do that. Like, it wasn't the case.
But
she was
that doesn't mean she's doing what he needs. Great mom.
He wasn't good in bed at all. She was the one doing everything in bed. It's like I see her.
But you're hearing the story from one side. Of course, your friend gonna paint herself in the best image possible.
He was my friend too, though.
And what was he telling you?
What was he telling you?
He to this day he calls and doesn't know what the fuck happened. To this day he wants to come back.
He just slipped inside and had another kid.
Friend, come on the show.
I swear to God,
your friend, defend yourself.
We need to.
Men get bored. So men don't get bored.
Women get more bored.
Yeah.
Women get more bored.
What percentage of women filing for divorce? 77% or something like that? Come on, man.
I just feel like it's just a lot
how much time we got left? Yo, you can play that clip that I sent you? Because this kind of correlates to kind of what we was talking about.
And this is how. Part of our culture is to frown upon dark-skinned people. It's been passed down to us by the Spaniards, by our colonizers, by the people that conquered us. Taught us that dark skin is inferior, light skin is superior. We were taught that. It was passed down to us, meaning it's part of our culture. That doesn't mean I go out in the streets and want to hurt black people because they're black. Right. It means that our teachings, the way we're raised, is that we are raised to subconsciously believe that dark skin is inferior and light skin is superior. My grandmother was visiting one day from Mexico. She's never lived in the United States. She has no idea what life is out here. She was watching Univision News, where they depicted a black American committing a crime. She turned around and said, Oye, estos negros solo estorban, ¿verdad? Hey, these black folks, all they do is get in the way, huh? Here's the interesting part. She's never met a black person in her life. She has no idea what it's like to interact with a black person, but yet she already has an opinion about black people as a whole. Why? because part of our culture, in this particular case, Univision News, since we were children, we have been subliminally taught that blacks are bad criminals, etc., and whites are good, decent, giving, saviors, etc.
So I think the topic that I wanted to talk about was, can people be culturally racist? And clearly we got the evidence right there.
Yeah.
But in y'all experience, do y'all see that as a thing?
My dad was.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
For
like,
sure, like,
he didn't like black people. Like
when I brought my first black boyfriend home, he was like, I'm gonna bring you bananas to your baby shower. And he's the same color as my boyfriend.
Which is absolutely
100%.
unacceptable.
You say you gonna bring you bananas?
Yeah.
What that mean?
Because my kids are gonna come out like monkeys.
Oh.
That's out of pocket.
And it's like the more he did that, the more I like black guys.
I was going to ask you that because I do hear Spanish women, they have that same experience, and that kind of does force them to like go against the grain and be like, you know what, let me see what these black dudes is about, whatever their case is. So that was kind of your experience. Was like, okay,
absolutely.
So what about y'all? Do y'all have the same? Well, I mean, are you black, obviously, but have you seen it in other communities? Do they look down on black people in your experience?
I never experienced that.
Speak up, please.
I never experienced that.
Okay.
But have I seen it in school? Yeah.
Okay.
I seen that a lot in school, middle school, and high school. Like the light skinned girl was always the one to be like, "Oh, I'm that." You know what I mean? And the guys be like, "Yeah, she's." And the black girl would be looked upon because she had shorter hair or whatever.
We just talked about
and that's
that.
why I
just talked about it.
Is it true that like guys like the lighter skinned women? Because you see it all the time. Like the lighter skinned girl is the one that gets all the
more
praise.
attention.
Why?
More attention.
But I think that's culturally, like I hate to just kind of put this on like black men, but even in Asian cultures and Indian cultures, colorism exists over there as well.
China too.
Men.
Spanish culture.
You know what I mean? And I hate when we talk about colorism because we just try to pinpoint it on black men, and I agree it is a thing. You know what I mean? But other ethnic groups of men participate in the same colorism, but again, their women aren't controlling their narrative, so it's not like they know it's a thing, but their women are not going, oh, Asian men are colorists, because that's the thing in Asia too. Like they bleach their skin in Asia. Like you get what I'm saying? So, or Indian women is not saying, oh well, Indian men only. It's true, but they're not over there on social media blasting their men for it. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but again, it goes back to controlling the narrative. And what about you? Have you had that experience, or do you know about that?
So, I mean, I would say my parents, you guys know I'm Portuguese, they were not racist whatsoever. They were from a standpoint of if she's happy, then we're happy, and that went for me, my brothers, and whatever. Okay. They're very welcoming and loving, but I have seen it where some cultures talk down, like are just blatantly racist, and that's a shame, and it leaves a very sour taste in my mouth. It's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
The father of my kid's dad, he's Puerto Rican, and he didn't want him to date me because he thought I was black. So he's like, oh, she's dark, don't date her. And it was just like, if I would walk in their house, he would blatantly disrespect me, not say hi to me. I would look him in his face, say hi, and he would just ignore me and stuff. And his grandma is darker than me. Darker than my grandma.
Be like that.
My grandma's her color. Like,
my grandma
he didn't know anything about me.
He would not walk my aunt down the aisle, and my aunt married another Dominican dark guy, and he will not walk her down the aisle because he was dark.
Yeah, I just really find it very interesting because it's not even just with Hispanic cultures; it's even with other Black cultures that have a negative. Like there's some Caribbeans or some Africans that will look down upon Black Americans because they did the same type of they're ghetto, they're ratchet. They don't have
from a Caribbean standpoint. Some Black people
really are uncultured. They're uncultured.
No, but everybody do too much. Like
but then it makes all of us look like we do that. That's
right.
why we get pissed off because it's like, why are you acting that way? You don't have to act that way.
But Caribbeans do crazy stuff too.
Yeah,
Africans do crazy stuff too.
You don't matter. You could be Caribbean, Black, this and whatever. It's whatever you do. And whatever culture you are, you're gonna make everybody look like that. Because look at how we look at white people.
We don't control the media. So when you say how we look, they're not talking about when people are doing crazy shit, when Bob robbing Walmart. They're not expressing or putting that on the front page. So when y'all look at this one incident where this dude might have done some fucked up shit and it's blasted all over, it's just a different thing.
Mm-hmm. And Caribbeans and Africans go out their way to make sure when it's a Black person that does something, oh no, he's Black American. He ain't Caribbean, he's Black. Y'all go out your way to make sure y'all differentiate yourselves. And this is why we have this diaspora war. Yeah, but this is why we have this diaspora war going on amongst black people on the earth, is because it was like, okay, we're not those blacks over there. We're this black, or we're different. We got more class, or we like everybody do some crazy stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not act like everybody's perfect and there's only just black people that do all this crazy stuff.
Too much too.
Yeah,
absolutely. And DR, there's a place that if you have curly hair, they will not let you in. You need to straighten your hair to go into that restaurant. Which is so this 2023 and we're still on that.
That's unacceptable.
Like that in Barbados. If you're not a lighter Caribbean person, you can't go in certain places. They will look at you and be like,
Yeah, I just think it comes down to obviously media. You know, media is America's biggest export. Like, you get what I'm saying? And oftentimes when they control black people's image, it does come down to black men are just, you know, gangsters. They're violent, overly aggressive, overly masculine, deadbeats. Like, we have a list of things that we have just for black men alone. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Black Americans.
Which is crazy to me, because if you see most of the mass shootings, what are they?
Exactly.
What are they? They're crazy white people.
Yeah, but black men still, to this day, even though I always say this, white men in the world and society have a history of mass murdering, colonization, slavery, all the war, all of this stuff. But somehow the media has made it seem that black men are these monsters. Like, you get what I'm saying? Even to this day, we are still painted as these monsters, even though we don't have a history of this. Like, you get what I'm saying?
And it should be the white
rappers and stuff like that don't help the situation by they're in the social media light and they're portraying what social media is saying about black people. If y'all want to change the narrative, why don't the people that's in the media start to act different?
So you're comparing
like Future,
rappers to a history.
But they're putting on for our community. This is still our new generation. If we want something to change,
doing mass murdering is putting on his community.
You're talking about you're talking about entertainment versus news, though. We talking about entertainment.
I
and
understand
news.
what you're saying, though.
Nah, entertainment
goes hand in hand, though.
And okay, so entertainment. So okay, you want to use entertainment as an excuse, and which can be understandable. So then we can use entertainment to validate why black women are seen as these objects, sexual objects, because y'all are twerking, y'all selling the pussy, y'all doing all this. So we can use the image. Y'all rapping about the same thing. Like, you get what I'm saying?
At that point, it's all women doing that at this point, right? It's not just black girls doing it. It's everybody. I think Spanish girls twerk more than black girls.
So you're quick to say it's all women, but when it's black rappers, then it's not all rappers or all entertainers?
No, I see it this way. Like, if you see a white successful person, they're out here buying the block, they're building businesses, they're putting their people on. We're not doing that. For example, Cardi B, I love her to death. But Cardi, she got 10 cars. She got 10 cars and doesn't even know how to drive one. You'll take those 10 cars and build up the Bronx.
And Jay-Z,
put up communities for your people.
That. You never came to Brooklyn and built one thing. You got Rock Nation.
A lot of the times, like, we're literally like we're not aware of a lot of shit. Me and her talked about how she grew up in high school and how I grew up in high school. And it's completely different. And that's fucked up.
And it shouldn't
be that way. Is I don't want to be like, oh, the excuse, like, I grew up in the ghetto. If I made it, I need to keep putting people on and putting and building up my block. But we don't do that. We buy 10 cars, a mansion with 14 freaking bedrooms, and it's like, for what? To prove what? To who?
Yeah, but
and then it comes Mayweather. But you don't even know how to read. And this man got like, why? Like, sir, like, go build up. I don't know. I can't stand that.
I mean, Mayweather does a lot of, like, he does do a lot. It might not be like on the front page of headlines and stuff like that, but Mayweather does do a lot.
I understand that, but do you really need 25 cars? When 25 can put a lot of people on?
And the same notion, we're not hearing the same shit about the white dudes that got 25 cars. We're not pointing the finger at them. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I guess I don't see that
they
often.
They don't build our buildings and stuff like that. They don't institutionalize our schools and stuff like that. So if we really want to break this whole narrative of how we're being taught, especially as black people, we need to start doing something. They're doing stuff.
I'm not gonna hold you. You can look at them, but that need to change in your house before it need to change in the media. You get what I'm saying? So as parents, we need both parents in the house and your father preventing you from watching some of this shit.
You need both parents in your house for the school system to be changed.
No, well, that's not something. But I'm saying, entertainer can't change that shit either.
Yes, they can.
How?
Yes, they can.
I mean, Kanye built his own school.
They could put different books in the school that actually teach Black history. That's not propaganda.
Kanye, he built his own school.
You're going through public schools. It's not necessarily that easy. You can't just.
And it's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
I'm just saying, like,
we gotta start somewhere.
Curriculum, like, you can't just buy books and
but there's a big percentage of men that's donating money That Michael Jordan just gave $60 million to Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm just saying, y'all can look at it, and people will say, look, oh, he made a donation. Oh, well, he did that for a tax write-off, but he still gave the money. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's look at the smaller things.
I mean, I get it, but like, I don't know.
People going to complain. I could have $100, right? And I give you 10. People still going to find, damn, you only gave me $10?
No,
it's always going to be a complaint.
Yeah. No, but that's not what I'm saying. They have transgender books in the schools for 4-year-olds to read now. There's a whole case going on about it.
No.
And that's what I'm talking about. Right. So,
but the government is approving that. They want to.
But who's buying those white men? You saying white people are buying those books? So who's buying those books?
They're in the schools for little kids to read about being transgender and stuff. They have to read them as their curriculum.
And who's doing that though?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. We haven't sat down to push anything for ourselves. So how do you know if it's gonna work or not? They sat down and pushed that for themselves.
They have to
push that. Yes, they did.
They didn't. They have
power.
They
going to trial now. They actually sat down on the board and reviewed these books and said these are what we're gonna have these kids read.
The LGBT community got the world in the chokehold right now. Whatever they say is going. Like they
and it's more diverse. It's not just black and white.
It's not just black people. You talking about one culture trying to push something that's gonna be a lot harder than.
So our culture doesn't have the world in the chokehold.
No, hell no.
So people are not going to get BBLs and stuff like that because we don't have culture in the chokehold.
Entertainment. You talking about entertainment and
but
stuff
entertainment
like
is a big part of us right now. That's a big majority of the shit that we do is because of entertainment.
I hear what you're saying.
So why not show something different?
I hear what you're saying, but are they teaching BBLs in classrooms? We talking about classrooms, bro. They got to go through government to do shit like that.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like as a people, we need to start doing better.
I agree with you. 100%, but it's not as easy as y'all trying to paint it.
White people really just be putting each other on all day.
Because it's easy for them.
They already got leverage.
I understand it, but it's 2023. There's so much information in the internet for you to become better. Put the next person on. Instead, we become greedy. I made it. I ain't gonna.
Well, we figure it out. No. You know why?
You gotta pay $5,000 for this class.
Come on. The biggest problem is we have too much time pointing at it. Oh, you're African American. I'm African. I'm Caribbean. I'm Dominican. I'm Hispanic. We all motherfucking black. You get what I'm saying? So we take the time to eliminate that. That would help our process moving. We ain't gonna be able to put no money together. We looking at fucking Lil Baby and Lil Wayne and expecting some fucking future to be happen. No pun intended. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that is another issue. In our community, we rely too much on the influencers and the media personalities and the celebrities to be the
these
leaders.
Motherfuckers,
but that's what
these niggas is teenagers, immature.
So
you talking about
influence something that's positive?
Drugs, gun, gangs, beating people up.
We talking about influence, but who's supporting them? Us.
No, white people are supporting them because they're pushing their agenda, as you say, that black men are these bad people and all of that stuff.
All right, that's who they get paid. Let's look at the business. Let's look at the businesses that's flourishing in the black community. Liquor stores, Chinese stores, the little Arab corner stores. Now, I mean, we supporting the people. If a black person open a store, let me get a discount, bro. Now, I mean, we can't do that.
How many people are gonna access for a shirt? Let me get a shirt. Let me get a shirt.
I mean, that really happens.
To the Ox, talk about let me get a discount, Aki, and all of this stuff. So, like, what do you need to say?
I feel like
thank you.
That what?
Like, Aki, you know me. I lived here for 20 years. Let me get a discount.
It don't matter who it is.
Exactly.
No, they ain't going to no liquor store. Let me get a discount. You talking about Ox because they built the relationship with those Ox. It's not just they just pulling up. You can't just go to any Ox and just be like, yo, let me get a. Like, they built a relationship with that.
They probably know for 10 years before you ask that question.
They ain't giving you no discount in no Chinese restaurant or no liquor store.
I just feel like we just got to do better because I also heard that, for example, in our community, like there's no like sneaker stores in like the white communities. Ever.
Yeah, or liquor store or Chinese restaurant.
That's what I'm saying. Like we need to but some of us are really not aware of that shit.
That's
so it's like if once you become aware, tell the next person, and let's be better because like you buying 30 cars is not gonna do nothing for your community, and then complain.
But us depending on them ain't gonna do nothing either.
We gotta
do it ourselves.
I feel like she did. She came out the gutter. You feel me? So it's like not that I agree with her being selfish, like Cardi for example, but she made it out.
You gotta talk about mentality.
Cardi still give back. Cardi be in the hood.
Like, and that's like saying why don't Rihanna go back to Barbados and she's a billionaire. Why she don't go back to Barbados and do?
She actually did though.
And how much is she doing? She could do
schools and put books in the schools.
I feel like, but I feel like out of this whole topic, I feel like nobody has like shined the light on Akin, right? Akin has gone and donated all this money and helped his community back in, I think, Africa, whatever, and has literally uplifted them, built schools, and there's other rappers who have built hospitals and all these things. So there are rappers who are giving back to their community, but it's starting from the origin, not here in the States.
And I'm not saying don't buy your shit, but it's like, it's just unnecessary shit that could help a lot of people in your community. It's especially if they're just parts. That just it bothers me. Yeah. It bothers me.
Yeah, I just don't like I just hate that, Black people just have this negative stereotype, this worldwide, it seems like. You get what I'm saying? And we haven't done anything to deserve that. And it just comes down to as automatically, like his grandmother. I have a best friend, and his grandmother was the same way with he was Puerto Rican, and she was very much the same way with us having a friendship. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, and I did nothing to this woman, like, you get what I'm saying? She didn't know, she ain't bothered to get to know me, and she just automatically just assumed that I was going to be a criminal, I was going to put her son in a certain lifestyle, and that wasn't true. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I think even when we go back to relationships, that does make it kind of difficult in these relationships with men and women, because there's an assumption there automatically with the Black men. You come in, certain Black women come in with this defense wall up. Okay, well, you probably ain't shit. You probably, mama said you wasn't shit. Niggas ain't shit. So there's like this wall that Black men have to tear down in order just to get you to even be feminine. Like, you get what I'm saying? So now when we talk about, why do maybe some Black men or just men or in general go for other women, is because they come off with the femininity. You know what I'm saying? They know how to be nurturing. They come off with these characteristics that are just like, damn, I haven't really received this in my community from my women. You get what I'm saying?
My mom had a heart attack when I told her that my boyfriend serves himself. She almost fell out. Like, what?
That's your boyfriend what?
That he serves himself when I cook.
Oh.
I don't serve.
Yeah, and that could be, I mean.
Sometimes when I feel like it, but not always.
That's how, I ain't gonna hold you. You ain't really building yourself up.
You said 9 years.
Sometimes I'm tired, and if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat first, and he can come up and serve himself.
So why you can't just make the plate?
9 years?
Because I'm hungry.
I bring my plate to. If I'm making the dinner and I'm making a plate, it ain't gonna kill me to make my lady her plate.
Let me ask you a question.
It's really not that.
I feel like it's not the plate.
I cook every single day.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't be mad.
It's really not malicious.
One mic.
I'm really not trying to be malicious. Sometimes, guys, I'm tired and I'm starving and I'm not about to.
So let me ask you a question.
I know it takes a few seconds, minutes. I don't know, but I'm hungry. So what I'm saying is sometimes he could come up and serve himself. What's the big deal?
If he was more helpful around the house, would you be more? Oh, he what?
He is though.
Oh no!
It's just that sometimes he does a little bit more, and sometimes I do a little bit more. Like, it's not. I mean, really, he don't think it's that serious.
Plate, man.
That's your relationship. I just would like that. Would you feel a way?
He really does not think.
Would you feel a way if he went to the store and brought some food, or he made some food and he ain't do nothing for you, or he made his plate? Everything. That's your relationship. Then that's what y'all comfortable with.
I guess so.
I wouldn't be
your friends. You got a lot of Black female friends.
Yeah.
No, not really. No. No. I just don't really think it's. He sees that I come home. I drop my quick to cook. Do this, do that, and it's like, yo, babe, the food's done. Cool. He gets up and serves himself real quick. It's not that serious.
Yeah, because he know you ain't gonna do it.
But you really think it's that serious?
Yes.
Fuck the fact that I just cooked, right? Fuck that fact.
No, it's not fuck that fact. I appreciate you cooking. No, I appreciate you cooking. I think it's not gonna kill you to make my plate. If you're eating before me, you can set it just the way you set mine.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Is your love language acts of service?
My love language is everything in the world. I want to communicate. I want to touch. I want to ask to serve. I want everything. But I'm gonna give you everything too. I'm not gonna wait. I think it's petty for you to.
Hold on.
I think it's petty for you to make your plate and say, "Well, I'm motherfucking hungry." Oh well, or go make your plate, because that's how I'm seeing it. Because me, as your man, I'm not gonna ask you whether you're ready to eat or not. Your plate is made.
How long does it take you to make a plate?
I don't care. That seconds away that took from me eating.
Both your parents.
No, I grew up with not.
That's very important.
Very important. What's the flaw in that?
Because you want to be the leader so bad because there wasn't a
leader
in your household.
No. It's not about being a leader.
Yeah, I think I'm scarred in my household. My mom would literally come home, 3 jobs. My dad had 1 job. He would come home, lay in bed. She'd have to cook. clean, serve the kids. Like, I'm not doing all that. If I'm starving, I'm gonna eat. Come get the food real quick. It's not that serious. What's the problem with you getting up from bed real quick? You're in bed chilling, and I'm cooking.
Right. You have the need for this control thing. Like, I'm gonna serve you. You're my master. No, that's not how it works.
No, I think you're wrong.
That mentality is why men is going out and dating other women, bro. That's the mentality that's making men go out and date other women, bro.
And the same notion I just said several thousand times, which you can't seem to hear.
Say it one more time.
I am willing to make her plate all the time and hand it to her. I said that first. So you just ignored that and said you want to be the leader. You did. Then you ignored it. But you felt the right to criticize me and say, oh, you got leadership issues and you had No, it's not. It's not.
Her plate for control.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, you're bugging.
I just feel like we both got home from work. Hold on. Okay. We both got home from work, right? I haven't sat down. I just got home from work. He just got home from work. I haven't sat down. I go immediately to the kitchen, start cooking.
Can I get this straight?
He's laying down watching TV, chilling. So you're telling me I also gotta go serve him and bring him the plate? Come on, like I'm
already
tired.
making your motherfucking plate. What the fuck?
I just fucking cook. So get your ass up and serve yourself.
But my thing is like, what if? Okay, so let's take that dynamic out.
Yeah.
What if the situation was different? Instead of serving plates, what if the food was made and brought to the table? Like, yo, let's eat. The food's here. The table's set.
You made the plate.
That's cool.
And when I cook, which I said 1,000 times, I cook more than my woman.
You did say that.
And I provide the plates for everybody in the motherfucking house.
Is that
I'm not gonna say, yo, I'm the leader. Got the motherfucking plates.
So I'm
doing this because I'm worried about my family and I'm gonna provide what I cook for them.
I'm honestly, sometimes I'm just tired and I want to eat my food quickly. Like, come eat real quick, please. Come.
I think that would make you a combative woman if you don't understand.
Excuse.
Yeah.
I'm saying that mentality right there is why men are going and dating other women, because these women don't have that mentality, and that don't sound like peace. That does not sound like peace. That sounds like.
But I feel like when you say, but I think
y'all want submissive women.
So tell me, yes.
Do everything so that we are allowed to be submissive. Do everything in the house then so we're
a challenge.
The problem is.
Why am I being challenged? What am I being challenged? Over a plate?
I'm not talking about the plate. Now I'm talking about in general.
So if it's just over a plate,
go ahead.
What is my problem with leadership? Why did you say I want to be in control?
And don't y'all want men that's leaders?
What's controlling?
Don't y'all want men that's leaders?
I want a man to be able to
lead. Do you want a man that's a leader?
To the finish line, to the end of war.
I'm asking you a yes or no question. A yes or no question.
We're doing everything 50-50.
Do you want a leader? So do you? So you
don't
want a leader?
Yeah, you want to be a leader, then take care of everything, and I cook and clean. That goes back to that.
I have to disagree with them.
If I don't have to work and if all I gotta do is stay,
so that means you're bored.
I'm gonna
so y'all willing to be bored? Because it sounds like money can control you rather than your happiness. It is.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I think the problem here.
As hard as you.
I'm hungry.
I'm working as hard as you, so it's a 50-50 thing. There's no leader. That's my point.
No, but there is a leader. There is a leader. In a 50-50 relationship, there has to be someone to lead the group. It should not be the woman all the time in the forefront.
She gonna get married.
Right? She can't be in the forefront. Everybody's gonna get married. There's someone. Let me finish my point. Is that women need to be led, right? We want men to be in their masculine energy all the time. And in order for them to do that, they need to lead their woman. However, if they're not taking the supportive actions and they're not being helpful and they're not doing that, that's then going to make them...
But let me ask you this. What does that mean by leading? What do they have to do to lead? For a woman to have to serve every single day?
I mean, I'm not saying serve every single day, but I'm saying...
I'm asking that. I want to know, what does it mean for a man to lead? What does that mean?
I'm saying, well, I wasn't talking about making the play. They were talking about leading.
How often do you serve?
Like 50-50.
Explain leadership to her so she can understand from this point on.
That's what I want to understand. What does leadership mean?
Leadership is like
paint me the picture.
Being able to guide your family in the right direction and make the best decision for your family. Like that's a leader. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like if your man's put in a situation and they're trying to make either like a financial decision, you need to be able to trust your partner is going to make the best decision
for the family.
For the family.
If we're both working, it's a 50-50 thing. He's not making the decision. If he was doing all the finances
You're not
by
be in a happy
himself,
relationship.
I would trust you to do that. I will be married.
I hope so. I hope somebody put up with that shit.
It's really not that.
I hope somebody put up with that shit.
I can count the times that me and this man have argued. We get along. We understand each other so well. Literally, if everything's 50-50, everything is 50-50 in my house. He's cool with sometimes cooking and sometimes he serves me. Sometimes I'm cooking and sometimes I serve him. Sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I'm too tired. And he's like, but what's the deal of me getting up real quick and serving myself? What's the big deal? He says it himself. What is the big deal? It's not that serious.
Yeah, I understand that's your comfort of it. Like I said, and it's not an issue in my house when I cook and I serve my lady. You get what I'm saying? In the same way, I hold her to that same standard.
See? Because you do it and you have no problem. Meaning when she cooks, when she cooks, she always should serve you because you always do it.
Yeah.
And that works for you guys.
But that's not 50-50. That's 100-100. That y'all keep...
100 same thing.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Because I would never respect a woman that's giving me 50% of her. I want a whole 100 of her.
But you see...
No, I'm not slicing it down. I would not settle for 50. I would never. She's out.
Back to the leadership.
I'm doing all, you're doing all.
No,
so back to the leadership.
Because at the same time, if I'm paying most of the bills, and you,
that's what I said.
No, listen.
That's what I said.
So what?
Okay,
so in that case, why the fuck am I cooking more?
If you're paying the bills,
I'm paying all the fucking bills. Why the fuck am I doing homework? No, I should. Those are my fucking kids. I care about my family. If I feel like that's what, and you should choose to be equipped. You should be the equal partner for me. No, you should be the equal partner for me.
You're a unicorn.
I'm not a fucking unicorn. These men are here. They're walking around.
Yeah, you are.
You're oblivious to it. You only hear one side. You already called me about my leadership. Oh, you want to be leader or equal?
You say you're paying all the bills.
I do.
Okay, then
you should. And at the same time, I still said I serve my woman her plate.
Yeah, because she's at home taking care of your kids.
No. She works as well. She works as well. Okay. And her bread is our bread.
Amen.
At the same time,
perfect.
100%. I still make the plates. When I cook, I cook more than her. I do the homework with the kids majority of the time. So they just accept me different than they would accept her when it comes to doing homework.
Okay.
No, I just don't.
These men are
honestly, that's beautiful. Most people aspire to have exactly what you have.
But that's not fucking off. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
And you know why it's not going to be normal?
And it's
because when you have like this shit where you giving a man 50% of you, and you feel like you just too tired and you can't go the extra mile for your man, why the fuck would I go an extra mile for your ass?
I'm saying, I said
it's not, my thing is, it's just
putting your all.
One little instance where sometimes I don't feel like serving him, but I put my all in everything else.
I don't believe that. Throughout the course of this episode, you said a lot of things that came off to me as a red flag. Like
you don't even know his love language.
You don't want to know his love language. You don't do.
Huh? You said yours.
You said you said.
Listen, man.
It works. My relationship is working for me and him. He understands me. I'm very traumatized with my dad and my mom. The way that I saw my mom bust her ass for her kids and her husband. I do love him. But my thing is the way my mom busted her ass while my dad sat there like a king.
Bro, ain't got nothing to do with him.
You gotta hear yourself. You gotta hear.
Okay, but then he understands it. He understands it. I'm not gonna always serve you. Am I saying I will not always serve my kids? That's different. But my husband is gonna get served when I feel like it. And if he cooks, he can serve me when he feels like it.
That's a problem.
I have no problem.
That's a problem.
I have no problem getting up and getting my food because I appreciate the fact that he just cooked for me. So I have no problem getting up real quick.
If he's willing to die for you, you'll serve him whenever you want to.
Are you willing to die for your man?
And if something
she said,
"Are you willing to die for your man?"
We all like
answer
for sure. That's
if I'm willing to, I don't know.
He's not.
I don't know because if somebody puts a gun in my head right now, will I? I don't know. I don't know if I would.
9 times out of 10, a man is willing to fight that man with that gun to protect his woman. I know I am.
Bro, when
to this day.
Your ass and there's 3 niggas who
what was that answer? He better do something.
But I'm not gonna just stand there because he's the man and that's what he's supposed to do. I'm gonna help him too. Like it's 50-50. Again.
Not if it's
I'm not gonna watch my boyfriend get beat up.
Make him fool.
I make him food every single day.
And make his plate too.
I cook every single day.
Make his plate too.
Yo.
I'm not gonna always
Not every single day. You said he cooked too. Give my man his credit. He may say, yo, my boy, we gonna defend you. You cook sometimes.
Maybe once a month, and I cook the rest.
Yo, now she trying to downplay your cooking.
It's the truth. I'm not lying. It's the truth.
Listen, man. He put up with you not knowing his love language for 9 years.
Bring him his plate.
Bring him his plate. Girlfriend, trust me. I do it all for him, and he knows that. So if I don't feel like
You
fucking
do it all in
serving
your
him one
love
day,
language.
if I don't feel like serving him one day, he's okay with it, and it's okay.
He say he okay.
He has consideration.
Listen, man, we gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. This shit got real spicy, real quick.
Still an assumption.
It's those gender roles. Once you start talking about gender roles, it gets people excited. Them gender roles literally ignites anybody. It can literally that trigger word. She said leadership triggered. Boom, the conversation got started.
He said we won't go out and get a physical job. They use gender roles on us too.
That's not a gender role. Y'all don't go for those jobs. That's not a gender role.
There's female construction workers, female garbage.
Flaggers? Y'all not out here living?
See? Put in a gender role. Put in a gender role.
That's not a gender role. That's the job you're not physically fucking lifting up bulldozers. You're not out here.
There's females
we don't got the same strength.
Exactly. It's not equal, right?
How is it the majority of women do not go for the hard, dangerous, and difficult jobs? I don't give a fuck what you. There might be
correction officers. Dead. They're female correction officers.
We said the majority. The majority of women.
So why there are female correction officers more than men?
What?
Are you crazy?
You making shit up, bro. Like,
you're making shit up, bro. There's no female correction officer.
Whatever works for your relationship is what works. There's no right and wrong.
That's not true.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
That's not true.
I know people in that field, bro.
I see one police woman and be like, yo, there's a lot of police women in that field.
No way they miss this officer and they think everybody cops.
Listen, we gotta get up out of here again. Let them know where they can follow you at.
Too many opinions.
Oh, y'all was lit. Okay,
hey,
I like
let's
that.
Go. Let's go.
We're gonna clip that for y'all.
Kima.
Oh, me.
Sorry. Go ahead, girl.
You can find me on Instagram. My name is KIMAMELI and 3 A's.
Yeah, we gonna put it right here.
Okay, let's go.
F.O. Sachi.
They definitely gonna want to know where you.
You can find me at ALAY.MONET.
Listen,
Okay.
Listen, if y'all enjoyed the conversation, man, make sure y'all give us a like, man. Subscribe if y'all not already subscribed. Drop your favorite part in the comment section because I know y'all gonna have a couple of parts in there.
Sis, don't serve him if you don't want to. It's okay.
Sis, serve him if you want to keep your man.
It's been 9 years.
You married?
Not yet.
How long you been in a relationship?
For a while.
You married? The years, since you wouldn't know her years. How long?
I never asked her years.
How long? I've asked her
for a while. I said for a while.
See, the leader, so bad. Prove my point.
What? Because I don't want you to dictate the conversation the way you want. Let's sound like you want to be the leader. I asked you the years.
I said, what's the years?
And I said a while.
A while. Want to be the leader so bad.
But why is that important though?
How am I controlling it?
Why is that important though?
This is a manipulation tactic.
Reverse psychology.
Listen, man, we gotta get up out of here again. We appreciate y'all, man.
Why is that important though?